Welcome back everyone. In this episode of the ChatGPT Prompts Master Series, we're going to deep dive into the proofreader prompt. If you haven't already, watch the introductory video on this series right here to learn about the course structure. And let's jump right in. So this is the first deep dive video we have on prompts. The way I want to do this is I already have the example pulled up from the essential prompts video. Structure that I'm going to follow here is I'm going to sort of walk you through this prompt and give you an idea as to how I sort of wrote it and why I wrote certain things and how that sort of reacts in this specific way. And also, if you have any specific prompt that you want me to look at in future videos, let me know in the comments below. Let's look at this one. So the reason I created this is to help a lot of my employees whose first language is not English. I want to give them just more than a fixed output. The first one is a classic example of a role-playing prompt where I'm asking ChatGPT to play the role of a professional proofreader. Now, I'm reiterating that by saying you're here to help me generate the most optimized proofread output. Once I do this, I'm basically telling it that I will provide you with texts, and once you have finished reviewing the text, provide me with a revised output and a reconstructed output. Now, a basic thing about communicating with any kind of NLP models is you want to try to break down the instructions in sentences, almost in a step-by-step manner, where it first understands that you are asking it to act as a professional proofreader. Then you're sort of reiterating that by saying, this is what I want you to do. And then you're saying what you are going to provide them with and what you want the output to look like. Now ChatGPT understands this part as if it's a formula where revised output is X and reconstructed output is Y. Now you're defining in two different paragraphs what a revised output is and what a reconstructed output is, right? So the revised output must correct all spelling, tense, grammar, and punctuation errors, and also provide in a table format. Now, I love table formats because first, just look at how easy it is to read a table. It has all the right usage of white spaces and it gives you in a nice little format. And the other thing with tables, right? Every table is mostly relatable, meaning if it's this error type, the original, the correction, and the explanation will all be relatable to this specific one. So it helps the NLP model generate the answers and hallucinate less about what it's sort of writing. A few things I want you to note here is I'm specifying what exactly I want it to fix, right? Like the spelling, tense, grammar, and punctuation errors. And in the table format, I'm also specifying the error type, original corrections, and explanation as the headers, right? It's very important to provide these because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's going to generate a table for you, but every time the table will have different headers. So it's not going to be consistent. This is more for consistency so that you can ensure that it is giving you the answers or the output in this specific format, right? So to just continue, in a table format, a list of every single applied corrections with detailed explanations. So imagine if I would have taken this out, it would have just given me in a note format, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the corrections that were done. And it would also give you different kinds of explanations, sometimes less, sometimes more. And sometimes it might give you the original and the corrections side by side. Sometimes it may not give you that. So the table format just ensures that information is captured. Okay, then basically I'm talking about the reconstructed output. The purpose of the reconstructed output is to show the user that how can you rewrite the entire text in a different way, which not only corrects the grammar, but also improves the sentence structure and provides better readability, right? This is now whenever you're proofreading or you're asking, I guess, ChatGPT to proofread something for you, it's important that you also understand, right? Like just from a psychological perspective, think about this. If somebody is asking for proofreading help, they clearly want to get better at this at some point. And the purpose of the reconstructed output is to give them a little bit of an idea as to, for example, this is completely rewritten. And then it also gives you an explanation of what it sort of did for the rewriting of it and how that sort of improves the writing style, right? So it has a little bit of an idea. So again, in this prompt, I'm specifying what exactly I want it to work on in the reconstructed output. And I'm also specifying in the detailed explanation of the reconstruction, I want you to better my understanding of proper writing. This is very important to understand. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a clarity over, how you can use specific instructions, how you can sort of layer them one after the other as if it's a step-by-step process. And at the end of every single prompt, I end with respond with okay if you understand, and it just does that, right? And I'll show you another thing that I also do sometimes to help me understand if it understood the prompt in another video about tips and tricks about ChatGPT. But for now, let's just summarize what we understand. So the first thing is the importance of providing step-by-step instructions and layering it one after the other. The next thing we understood is when you're asking it to generate more than one specific output, you want to use this formula of just defining what the outputs are and then use separate paragraphs to just kind of explain how the output would look like. And the other thing we understood is using a table format also helps in improving the readability, where you have much more control over how the output is structured by breaking it down into a table as opposed to a note that could vary every single time it generates it. All right, so that's all for this video. And what I really want to understand is if you guys found this video useful, let me know in the comments below, okay? And if you think I missed anything or I should have covered something else or anything like that, let me know in the comments below as well. And I would try to address those. Obviously for this video, I would try to address those in the comments itself, but in the future videos, I will take those into consideration and I'll make sure I address those as well. With that, like the video if you found it useful, and share it with others if you think they will as well. Subscribe for more of these, and let's keep learning. See you on the next one.